jumping. What else is new? Hunter Dickinson jumps for Kansas. And Deshaun Jackson for Iowa State. Jayhawks control, and we're underway here at Allen. KJ Adams, part of that starting lineup. Good flip inside. Harris kick out. Mayo had it knocked away, and it's a steal. That is what Iowa State does. They take defense, and they'll turn it into offense.
Absolutely, and there's that starting five. Watch out for Jefferson. He is a big-time surprise, the transfer from St. Mary's.
Joshua Jefferson, one of 5, averaging double figures for Iowa State. And that shot off the mark, but Deshaun Jackson the rebound. Here's Jones trying to feed Lipsey, deflected out of bounds. 9 on the shot clock, and it still belongs to Iowa State.
Curtis Jones, who's had a great year, struggling the last 2 games. 5 of 27. He had a big game up in Ames against this Jayhawk team.
Deshaun Gilbert looking for some space. Shot clock winding down. Got to hoist it up. And that shot short. Mayo rebounds. Here comes Kansas.
Bill Self told us that he's got to play through Hunter Dickinson inside.
Good deep post position. And Kansas jumps out to the 2-0 lead. A right-handed move from Hunter Dickinson.
Nice look from KJ Adams, who is getting healthy, as is Harris. They've both been nicked up recently.
There's Jefferson, left hand, overshot it. Jackson collects and puts it in.
That's a formidable front line, John. 2 transfers, Jackson and Jefferson. They are beefy.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, formidable, and those guys, some wide bodies. Rylan Griffin into the starting lineup. That 3 would not go. Bill Self trying to shake things up. Griffin, the Alabama transfer, made it to the Final Four with the Tide last year.
Well, we've said it. They need a 5th starter to really get going. They're getting great effort from the freshman Bidunga off the bench.
Flory Bidunga, who had been starting, now coming off the bench. Lipsey will try. And that one tipped away, and a good rebound from Jackson, who feeds Jefferson, who stuffs it home. And Iowa State with the lead. Kansas started the season 7-0. They've gone just 8-6 since. In our open, we documented in terms of win probability, they had a couple of games in hand. There's a block by Jackson as Harris is rejected.
Good back cut, but Jackson right there at the rim.
Jefferson a 3. Out of bounds, and it'll be Kansas basketball.
Big fellas we talked about, Jackson, Jefferson, both getting it done early. And TJ Otzelberger, as we show you these plays, he's going to go to the bench early with another big fella, Brandon Chatfield. All 3 transfers have been very, very instrumental in this 17-4 start.
TJ Otzelberger telling us that in the loss at home against Kansas State, the work on the boards was a real problem for them. Mayo hoists and hits the kid from Lawrence. Mayo has had his best games here at Allen Fieldhouse. Jones directing traffic. Chatfield. Lipsey will try. And Dickinson tracks it down.
I don't think Bill Self will mind those threes from Lipsey. Gilbert and Jones have been the dangerous ones this year, scoring-wise.
Mayo trying to feed Dickinson. Redirected out of bounds. It'll stay with Kansas.
Watch the inside out from Adams. I think that's his 2nd assist. Good sidestep by Zeke Mayo. Let the defender fly by it. He didn't give up the 3-point line.
Mayo leads Kansas with 50 3-pointers on the season. Mayo, good look inside, and Dickinson with the throwdown. He's got 4 in the early going.
That 3-ball that he hit made him a factor in terms of the defense collapsing, and it opened it up for Dickinson. That pass was started by Adams, by the way.
Shot clock under 10. Jones puts it on the deck. Jones at the basket. Scoop wouldn't go. Mayo. Griffin a three.
Those are shots he has to make if Kansas wants to reach its potential.
And Chatfield. They get the foul on Kansas. And a timeout on the court. Jayhawks a 7-4 lead. Hunter Dick, Johnny Frank for Schiller, and Chris Budden. Big Monday from Allen Fieldhouse. Sean Jackson back in the game. He's already got 4 rebounds and a block. And Fran, for Iowa State, they are without Milan Momcilovic and hoping to get him back from a broken hand. But he's a guy that can knock down threes.
Yes.
They're 0 for 5 from 3.
Yep, he'll be back soon. Sooner than later. His cast is off. He's working out. Could see him as early as this weekend, next week.
Lipsy feeds Jefferson. Out to Gilbert. And he buries it. Keyshawn Gilbert, who was originally recruited by TJ Otzelberger at UNLV.
And how about the passing, John, of Jefferson? Very versatile power forward, can do a lot.
Harris with Lipsy on him. Adams gets it to Harris, and they turn it over. Second turnover of the game for the Jayhawks. Lipsy hesitates. Feed underneath. KJ Adams takes it back. Adams at the basket and draws the foul.
One thing KJ can do is rip and run, get out, handle the ball for a guy his size, and he had Jefferson in no man's land, not in legal guarding position, so he took it right at his body.
KJ Adams at the line. He'll shoot 2. He missed 3 games with that injured shoulder. He suffered, you see he's wearing a brace on that right shoulder. He suffered it in the collision in the game at Iowa State, and that was January 15th.
Tell you what KJ's doing this year is making those free throws. This is his best season at the line.
79%, and just to give you an idea, his career is 63.
There you go.
Rattles that one home. He knocks both of them down, and it's Kansas by a couple.
Kansas will show man-to-man pressure full court. Not necessarily to steal it, but to steal some time off that shot clock.
Gilbert end to end and puts it in. He had DeJuan Harris on his hip, and Gilbert has 5.
What a great screen by Deshaun Jackson, who just stayed still and allowed the guard to just use that screen. Well done. That's an assist for Jackson.
Left side, Griffin. That was halfway down as it rattled out.
It's a good look. He's got to keep shooting that. He can make those.
Gilbert from deep. Loose ball. And Demarion Watson feeds Gilbert. Jackson is fouled.
I want you to watch Deshaun Jackson. He's had a big impact on early in this game. Watch as Gilbert comes off the court. Watch Jackson just seal his man, and that allows Gilbert to get all the way to the rim. Budunga never saw it coming. That's a little bit of the inexperience of the freshman.
Ryland Griffin picks up the foul. That's his second. And now Griffin will sit, so will Adams, so will Mayo. A.J. Storr checks in for the first time, as does David Coit, the little guy from New Jersey. Jackson was brilliant. 17 points and knocked down his free throws in the win at home in Ames. TJ Otzelberger said that the final numbers kind of belied the way the game actually went. He said it was a closer game than the final score indicated. Dickinson looking for some help, gets it to Harris. Harris, kick out to Coit with the ball fake. And now Harris to the corner, and Storr puts it up and puts it in. It's a 3 for A.J. Storr, who led Wisconsin in scoring a season ago. He's had a bumpy year here in Lawrence.
And he had to shoot that ball with the clock getting down to 3-2-1. Both of these big guys can handle the ball for Iowa State.
Jackson inside. Bidunga with the rejection. Coit up ahead. And now Harris will direct traffic. Jones swatting at Dickinson. Storr will try again.
Good looking shot. And I'll tell you, Jackson is a monster inside, keeping Dickinson from getting that rebound.
He's already got 6 rebounds in this game. Lipsy going to work. He gets hammered, no call. Kansas the other way. Harris up ahead of the pack. And Storr collects and puts it in. They're letting him play.
They got to let him play both ways. That was a lot of contact on that drive on the other end.
Jackson collects from Bidunga. Gilbert inside, and a foul on Flory Bidunga. Great atmosphere inside Allen Fieldhouse here tonight. What else is new?
Amazing comeback last Monday night. The shot from heard around the state. And how about Texas Tech going into Houston, losing their coach, losing their best player. Now, the secret sauce is Jeff Lindner, the assistant head coach, former coach at Wyoming. So it's not, and he's taken a team to the NCAA tournament. Kudos to that team that went into Houston.
Let's send it over to Chris Budden.
Yeah, TJ Otzelberger during almost half of that timeout was talking to the officials about the physicality. You guys had said they've been letting them play. That was the message to his group. They're going to allow us to be physical. The things that we think that they're going to call, they're not. So continue to use your physicality. Be aggressive on the boards the way that you guys have done.
This is a very physical Iowa State team.
What I would do, John, is if I would tell my players, keep attacking the basket because they will call fouls, because I've just alerted to the officials, look, we're driving it. You got to give us that call if it's a foul.
10 of the shot clock. Kansas basketball leading by 4. Kip Kissinger, the lead official, talking with TJ Otzelberger in his 4th year as Iowa State head coach. As they feed into Bidunga, gets it to Dickinson.
Clock
Winding down. Shaq Moore got to put it up. Moore, does he see it?
Didn't see it. Got to have that clock in your head. He's played 5 years. He's got to know that. All you got to do is look up at 6, and then you count in your head without looking at the clock. You got to know that as a 5th-year player.
So a turnover. 3rd for the Jayhawks. Iowa State with the ball. Iowa State just 4 of 16 from the floor. Jefferson gets it to Gilbert. And now Jones flips it up, and that'll rattle home. Curtis Jones with the deuce, his first 2 points of the game. He is their leading scorer and the 3rd leading scorer in the league.
Remember, he had 25 in that last meeting in Ames. He's been in a little bit of a 2-game slump.
Coit kicks it. Shaq Moore. And a 3-pointer for Kansas. Biggest lead of the game. It's 5.
And Shaq did not have to look at the shot clock that time. That happened quickly.
Jefferson kick out. And Watson stepped on the sideline. It's a turnover.
Watch the ball movement. Hunter Dickinson, he's going to score inside, and then when he's doubled or he's out on the perimeter, he's an excellent ball mover. And you see the good ball reversal by Coit to Moore. And this guy, John, if you look at the analytics, everybody's got him in the top 5 to 10. I think Ken Palm's got him as the 4th ranked player and player of the year. And there are some people that don't think he's having a great year. I think he's having a spectacular year.
Adams
Look at this double
feeds
team.
inside. The double team comes.
Look at that.
Great ball movement. Harris gets a piece of the paint, and that floater will go.
And that's because of Dickinson being double teamed. Now, when you're 7'2" for like 50 years, you're used to getting double teamed, and he's great at it.
And a foul on Kansas. 10-2 run for the Jayhawks.
Let's go back and watch the double team, John. Here it comes. He looks opposite. Hook pass, swing, swing, drive it, hit the floater. All because of the double team inside. Excellent ball movement. Bill Self will like that when he shows the team that tomorrow.
Foul on Zeke Mayo. That's his first. Team foul number 4 on Kansas. There's Taman Lipsey. He's one of only 2 Iowa State players who have ever played in Allen Fieldhouse. In today's world of college basketball, you just don't see guys staying for long periods of time.
Cyclones doing a really good job on the offensive glass, but they're not making it pay off right now. That will pay off.
Jefferson aggressively at the rim, and he's fouled. And Joshua Jefferson will shoot 2.
Let's remind people of this young man, John. He's a young man from Las Vegas who went to St. Mary's, was hurt most of last year, and I think a revelation. You talk to coaches around the league, and they really love his versatility, size, rebounding, passing, etc.
6'9", 240. His dad, Ben, played in the NFL, and I'll tell you what, you're talking about a guy, you look at that body, and it's not hard to see that football could be.
Yeah, older brother did too. Football family.
By the way, I did ask him, or I should say I had Ryan Workman, the SID, ask him the last time he played football. He retired after the 2nd grade. That was the last time he played football. Feed inside. Dickinson as the double team comes, and they knock it away. 4th turnover for Kansas. Lipsey on the move.
Yeah, that one surprised him, and here's doing good. It ball's a pinball right now.
Under 9 to go here, first half. Kansas leading it by 6. John Shambi, Fran Fraschilla, and Chris Butt. Nate Heisey in the game for Iowa State. Shot clock under 10. Jefferson banging against Adams. Jefferson, high arcing shot, wouldn't fall, and it's Mayo the rebound. Mayo will try and hit. Back cut, Lipsey inside, puts it home.
Caught the defense sleeping right there. Kansas has been really good defensively, but not on that possession. Great dime by Jefferson.
First 2 for Lipsey, who's playing with that broken thumb. That one tipped out by Adams. Mayo knocked away. Dickinson the rebound and puts it home.
You just saw why KJ Adams has won a zillion games, because he couldn't grab it, so he tipped it out. When he's healthy, this is a very good team.
Heisey looking to feed the post. Jackson banging with Dickinson. Deshaun Jackson backing down. Jackson inside, ball fake, left hand, wouldn't go. Harris, kick up ahead, Store. And he missed it. It slipped out of his hand. And now Iowa State the other way. Lipsey inside. Tip wouldn't go, out of bounds. And it's off Curtis Jones. And it's Jayhawks basketball.
The little kid coming through this year.
Yeah, really awesome. I asked him, okay, so who was your guy, your favorite Jayhawk you got a chance to watch? He said Ben McLemore.
But he was sporting the Sharon Collins And Mario Chalmers.
Indeed.
Jerseys as well, but there's a lot of heroes he probably had.
Flory Bidunga will go to the line. Bidunga, who had started the last 5 straight, coming off the bench in this one.
Oh, this young man is going to be a tremendous player. We've watched a lot of growth, and assuming he's back next year, which he should be, he's going to be one of the best players in the Big 12. And that's pretty much a given.
Watson pulls down the rebound, and Lipsy will lead the Cyclones into the front court. They trail it by 10 as we close in on 6 to go here in the first half.
Well, 2 for 6 from the foul line, John. You can't give away points like that. Defense has been outstanding for Kansas.
All year, it's been very good for the Jayhawks. Jones from way downtown.
Those are dare shots. Curtis Jones is really struggling the last 2.5 games.
Yeah, struggling, I think, at least in part in terms of shot selection. Griffin finds Mayo, who gets it to Bidunga. A couple of ball fakes, that wouldn't fall. Bidunga able to get it back. Has it rejected, and they get a foul on Demarion Watson.
Great hustle by Flory. Giving his team energy.
Watson picks up his first foul. 3rd team foul. Bidunga back at the line. Kansas by 10. NBA basketball coming at you on Wednesday on ESPN. The Spurs and the Hawks at 7, and then the Thunder hosting the Suns. It's NBA Countdown, tipping off coverage at 6:30 Eastern. All right, real quick, our first chance to be on the air since that blockbuster trade. What did you make of that deal with Luka going to the Lakers? And
I know I lived in Dallas 19 years. I saw the Dirk Nowitzki, Luka Doncic run. I'm blown away, John. There's a lot of unhappy people that are Mavs fans. Maybe management knows what they're doing. We'll find out. I didn't like it.
Gilbert to Jones. Lipsy will try. That 3 wouldn't fall. They're 2 for their last 14 from the floor. Iowa State now 1 for 9 from 3. Feed inside. Bidunga spinning. Lost the handle briefly. Jones takes it back. Will go possession arrow, and it belongs to Iowa State.
You know, the Cyclones are fortunate they're only down 11, given how poorly they've shot the ball.
6 for 25 overall, 24%. And we mentioned in the open, both these teams coming off a tough week. Both teams losing twice.
Yep.
I asked Bill Self, I said, in the regular season, are there any losses that really kept you up, really gnawed at you? And he said in his entire career, this week, 2 of the 5 worst regular season losses he's ever had.
Yep, not surprising because the chant has a foul.
Gilbert will try. Jefferson the rebound. Powers it up. Again, that wouldn't go, and this time it's Adams.
Bidunga was a nuisance at the rim. Really good job. Watch out.
Watson pulls it down.
Yeah, these are opportunities for Kansas to stretch this lead out. Great defense right there by Harris. Kansas is switching at 4 spots, and they're keeping the ball in front of them. Hard to get in the lane when you switch body to body. You'll see it right there.
Jones with Mayo draped all over him. Jones inside. The scoop wouldn't go, out of bounds, and it's off Kansas. It's our under 4 timeout. The Jayhawks at
passer either inside or out, John. We've seen it. By the way, Andrea, this is a big-time physical league, the Big 12, so there should be no surprises that we see this every night, John.
11-point Kansas advantage. 3:50 to go in the first half.
Honestly,
make no mistake, they're letting them play tonight.
They
though.
are. Yeah, they are. I don't think it's egregious. I don't think either team's got an advantage. They just can't make a shot, the Cyclones. And hey, Kansas has one of the top 5 defenses in the country.
Jefferson with Adams all over him. Jackson, shot clock winding down. Jackson got to put it up. Contested, in and out. Dickinson a rebound.
Contested by Dickinson. He didn't get a blocked shot, John, but this is who he is.
Iowa State, the Cyclones 2 for their last 19.
And they should be down 20.
Inside, Dickinson, and 1. He's got 8. He'll go to the line and a chance to make it 9.
Third assist for KJ Adams. Take a look right here. A little 4-5 ball screen. You don't see that very often, but those guys executed really well. When KJ's healthy, we've seen it in the past. He's one of the best passing forwards in the country. That time, Bill Self, what's new? Out of a timeout.
Dickinson short there, 24 years old, and Hunter leading a Kansas team that, according to Ken Palm, is the most experienced team in the country. Kansas by 13. Iowa State, the Cyclones this year have had one of their best offensive seasons in recent memory. Not tonight. Shot clock winding down. Lipsy. Gilbert got to put it up. Gilbert. And will it count? Let's see. Kip Kissinger saying shot clock violation, and now they're going to look at it?
Yeah, they will. They will. I thought he got it off. But more importantly, let's take a look right here.
Previous play is under review.
Bird's eye view. Now, I could be wrong, but well, maybe not.
I don't think he got it off.
I want to tell you, the reason he didn't get it off is because they cannot drive inside on this switching defense. No?
What do you think?
I can't tell. Keep going. Keep going. 0. No basket. I don't think.
After review, the play is overturned. No bucket. Shot clock violation.
Got a veteran crew. Kip Kissinger, John Gaffney, Jeffrey Anderson.
John, did you see Iowa State try to get the ball into the lane? And they're getting suffocated because of the switching. How good is it to have a healthy KJ Adams back?
Yeah, impacts the game in both tangible and intangible ways.
Correct.
For the Jayhawks. Mayo handling.
Oh, that's good D.
Jefferson pops out. Gilbert takes it away. And the stuff. As Zeke Mayo got pushed to the floor. And the Cyclones with a steal and a bucket. That is how they do it.
Yeah, no autopsy, no foul tonight. They haven't been too bad. Look at that ball movement.
Storr will try. And hit.
That's at least a second Gretzky assist tonight for Hunter Dickinson. The pass that led to the pass that led to the assist.
The lead is 14, biggest of the night. Gilbert looking for space. Oh, tough shot. Keyshawn Gilbert.
Well,
He's got 9.
Yep, he sure earned that one. They have not come easy in this first 18 minutes.
He was just announced today he is top 10 finalist for the Bob Cousy Award. Adams bullies his way to the basket. And they get the foul on Gilbert.
We've been talking ball movement the entire first half. Let's take a look. The ball is singing tonight. There's the little roll, the kick out, the swing, and Storr with the 3 p.m. practice jumper. Good ball movement.
A.J. Storr just 26% from the three-point line. A season ago, he averaged 17 for Wisconsin. It's just 6.4 into the game tonight, but he's got 8.
Oh, it's a steal. Sloppy.
Gilbert, and it was Dickinson that ripped it away. Look at Harris sliding and taking it back. Wow! Electric atmosphere inside Allen Fieldhouse. The student section loving it. KJ Adams. It started with Harris and then Coit the lob.
You know, actually, it started with Dickinson.
Yeah, you're right.
Knocking it loose. I talked to Evan Miyakawa today, one of the basketball analytics guys. We were at lunch. I said, what's their best three-man group analytically? Harris, Adams, Dickinson by far. You saw all three on that play.
To the corner, Lipsy will try. Side of the backboard, Harris. Under a minute to play first half. Kansas leading by 14, and Bill Self will call timeout.
And I think he wants to set up the old 2-for-1
into the college game.
That's right. You want to try to get 2 shots up for the opponent's 1. In college, John, with a 30-second shot clock, you want to get this ball up by about 40, and you've got a really good chance to get 2 possessions. I think they're going to go quick here and get that.
Kansas doing the job on the defensive end. Harris handling here. Harris at the basket, and he's fouled.
There it is. Take a look. What's that say on the shot clock, on the game clock? So Harris knew he was going to attack the basket, and he gets fouled, and now there's a 9-second differential, and more than likely, they're going to get a second possession.
So Harris at the line. DeJuan Harris, 66% from the stripe this year. And now for our game track brought to you by E-Trade from Morgan Stanley. AJ Storr off the bench has hit a couple of threes. He's got 8. Iowa State just 1 for 11 from 3. So the Kansas bench doing the job in this one.
Well, I'll tell you, Iowa State has gotten some really good looks. Haven't made them, but Kansas's defense has been pretty airtight as well.
Fewest points Iowa State has scored in a first half this year, 33 against both Baylor and Arizona State. So this by a wide margin will be their fewest in a first half. Gilbert looking for some space.
Good switch.
Good defense.
Yep.
Lipsy catch and shoot. It's blocked. Harris up ahead. Adams inside. Gilbert hoists. 35-19. It's certainly been physical, and one of the things we've seen when Iowa State's offense has been good this year, it really has started at the defensive end.
Yeah, it has, and they also, to Chris's point and Otz's point, you got to drive those closeouts. That's
feed
great.
inside, Harris off the feed from Adams.
4th assist for KJ, and at his best, he's one of the best passing forwards in the country. Great set up by who else? The Hall of Famer. Yep.
Jefferson inside, dives to the basket, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Watch this, John. We've seen this forever. KJ, back cut. Lipsy falling asleep right there. Harris gets the easy one. You know, I did a little research. It's been a tough week for those 2 kids, social media-wise. Keep in mind that Harris and Adams were not recruited to be stars. They are in the tradition of Relaford and Withey and David McCormick. And those kids have played with 6 NBA players in their career. There aren't any NBA players on this team at the moment, and they've been asked to do more than they really are capable of doing. They are great glue guys, and you're seeing it tonight. There's no Brown, there's no Abaji, there's no Wilson.
Kansas leading by 16. Dickinson spins. And that pass actually went off the rim. Griffin able to collect it, finds Adams, absorbs the contact, and puts it in.
Good fortune right there. Good job by Griffin. Johnny on the spot.
KJ Adams now a 1,000 point scorer, 1,001 points in his career. The kid from Austin. Inside, good look. Jackson, the two-handed stuff. He's got 5.
Cyclones have got to throw caution to the wind and stay aggressive and attack downhill.
Griffin almost lost his footing. Give off Adams. Into the paint. His shot is short. And Jones leading the Cyclones up ahead. Curtis Jones straight on 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Iowa State basketball.
There's a good example. Watch Griffin. Little dish off. Adams jump stop. Power layup.
He goes 6'7", 235. And every day is leg day for KJ Adams. Joshua Jefferson step back, kicks to Lipsy as they move the ball. Gilbert back to Jefferson, who gets bumped. Lipsy from the elbow. And Jefferson corrals the rebound. Jefferson couldn't put it home. Out of bounds.
Jefferson working hard. But Dickinson in there, Adams not making it easy to score tonight. To your point, John, the big guys in Ames, Cyclones were dominant.
Yep. Jefferson in this one with 8 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, but they just haven't been able to do much with their offensive rebounding advantage. Talk about the Cyclones. Harris. And draws the contact, and Gawan will go to the line.
Really good ball movement again, side to side. And Kansas doing a great job of driving closeouts. When you play Iowa State and they load 5 on the ball side, when it gets swung, there's no longer 5 on that side. You got to drive the weak side.
Harris knocks down the first. Jawan returned Saturday after missing his first career game. That was against UCF this past Tuesday. He injured his ankle in practice. Hasn't really shown any ill effects from that ankle injury and missing the 1 game. Lipsy with Harris draped all over him.
That's a great matchup. 2 guys whose stats belie their value to a team.
And a foul on Hunter Dickinson. That will be his first. I beg your pardon, his second. Don't you scold me, Mike Swanson. Mike Swanson, our super stat guy. By the way, it's Swanee's 29th wedding anniversary. So Renee is at home watching.
Hanging out, and he's hanging out with us.
Well, but I mean, and that is his anniversary gift to her, that he's out of the house. And one of the things you look at for TJ Otzelberger's group is they haven't really turned it over. Only 5 turnovers in this game, and yet they find themselves down by 18.
They've had to take a lot of tough shots because of that Kansas defense. They'll get Momcilovic back in the next week, and it'll change the complexion of the team as far as a shooter, spacing. But right now, this is difficult.
Adams grabs it. Off the glass, wouldn't fall, loose ball. Lipsy has it.
Not a good shot by KJ right there.
Jefferson wide open 3. And Chatfield to rebound. Gilbert will try a triple. Dickinson rebound.
These are good shots. They're just not falling. Nice.
Griffin at the basket.
That's a perfect example of driving a closeout. Gilbert came out. Griffin said, bye-bye.
The lead is 20, biggest of the night for the Jayhawks. Iowa State 1 for 15 from the 3-point line. Gilbert inside. Rolls off. Well, Griffin was standing out of bounds when he contacted the basketball. So it'll be Iowa State ball. A Kansas team that blew a 21-point lead in Waco on Saturday. The part of that game that was so odd to me was that they blew the lead and then came back and took, what, a 10-point lead again, and then still lost.
Yeah. They gave away a 19-point lead, but let's
look at the standings right now. Houston, Arizona, Texas Tech, the top three. Franny, how many teams in the Big 12 do you think have the real chance to win a national title?
3 or 4. I'd put Houston. I'd put Iowa State when they get healthy. Kansas for sure. Arizona's playing better. And I think a sleeper to go deep in the tournament is Texas Tech. And Houston found out on Saturday.
Jones inside, hangs and hits. Curtis Jones with the deuce.
Yeah, it's a good year for the Big 12. I think they'll put 8 teams at least in the tournament. Remember, this has been the #1 league in the country 9 of the last 11 years. The consistency has been unbelievable. Good roll.
Griffin and Dickinson with the 2-man game, but he couldn't hit the shot.
Just got to string a few buckets together if you're the Cyclones. That should be a block. See, that's a good call. They didn't want to call it. It should have been called right away, but that's a good call. Take a look now. The defender's moving, and they're going to wait to see if he makes it, and he should have really called it. But better late than never. I never minded, John, a late whistle if the official gets it right.
A reminder, women's basketball coming your way. Prime time, a doubleheader featuring number 5 UConn and number 19 Tennessee. 6:30 Eastern on Thursday, and then it's number 3 Notre Dame hosting Stanford. Again, women's college basketball Thursday prime time presented by Indeed.
Boy, have you seen that young lady Hannah Hidalgo from Notre Dame? She is unbelievable. She had 34 last night, John. She's a magician.
And again, it'll be Notre Dame and Stanford as the second part of that women's basketball doubleheader. 16-point Kansas advantage.
Oh, that's an offensive foul. That has to be an offensive foul. Oh my goodness.
You got him pushing off with the left arm.
Well, is your contact first? Oh, that's an offensive foul. You cannot miss that call, John. You cannot miss this call in this game. That is an offensive foul every day of the week. They should take a look at this. That is, you cannot do that in this building.
Harris to inbound. Mayo hoists and hits.
That's a 5-point play, and that is poor officiating. In a game like this, you've got to be better than that.
9 for Zeke Mayo.
Now you know why I'm not coaching.
Jones couldn't hit, and then they get the foul on Jefferson.
Well, Kansas taking advantage, and Zeke Mayo off of inbounds play. He's been terrific tonight. He's been good all Big 12 season. There's no question. They need him, John. I mentioned all of the great players in recent years that, the Christian Brown, Abaji, Wilson, Grady Dick. He has to be that good, at least for the next month, for Kansas to reach its potential.
He's doing good, being harassed. They get a foul on Damarian Watson.
You know, that call did not change this game. It's a big lead, but you just got to be better than that because, and TJ didn't even react. I'd have been out on the floor going nuts.
I'm familiar with your work.
Yes.
Dickinson here gets it back to Harris. And that'll be number 4 on Demarion Watson. And Watson will grab a seat. Nate Heisey will check in for him.
You know, I think I sometimes still coach from here. So when I see a call like that, I have a flashback. And when you play on the road anywhere in America, you cannot win a game. And they're not going to, you know, they're going to have a hard time coming back. But it just hurts my sensibilities as a coach that knows what it takes to win on the road.
Mayo inside, a little bit strong. Dickinson collects and puts it home. He's got 10. And the lead is 21.
It's really hard to be underrated when you're 7'2" and been around for 5 years, but he really affects the game in so many ways, Hunter.
Mayo, that's from deep. Storr came flying in, but it's Lipsy the rebound.
We've seen AJ affect some games with his hustle. He almost showed you there. Defensively, Kansas is as good as I've seen all year.
Jackson draws the contact. Hunter Dickinson charged with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd, according to Mike Swanson. Deshaun Jackson at the line. His 17 points in their win January 15th, a season high. And the odd thing is that that's the only game he came off the bench.
Right. A little time management issue that TJ Otzelberger dealt with. You know, the one thing we've said for years now in this league, got to have amnesia night to night. If it's not Iowa State's night tonight, and may not be, you got to put this one in your back pocket and move on. Same thing with Kansas. You just want to start a one-game winning streak.
Storr from Adams.
That Jackson pushing of Verduga.
Deshaun Jackson picks up his 2nd.
This is, so far, John, this is cathartic if you're a Kansas Jayhawk fan.
Bedunga inside. Nice work with that left hand.
That looked like Inspector Gadget right there.
That is a great dated reference. If you get it, you get it, and you enjoyed it.
That was wow.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's perfect.
David Coit's been quiet tonight. He's been knocking down threes when he's open.
That one knocked around, and it'll stay with Kansas when we return. All Jayhawks 11-5 family, because this was student manager led to grow the game platform. And of course, they started with senior Andrew Korda, who created awareness, and they were able to accomplish it. It's a really cool story.
And we know, John, from school to school, how important those managers are. They do so much work behind the scenes. It's a great way to get into coaching. Can you imagine spending 4 years with Bill Self and his staff as a manager and how much basketball you absorb? They are tireless workers around the country.
Gilbert inside, Bedunga!
And that was a great block by Flory.
And a great putback. And Iowa State trailing big by 21. Adams.
Imagine if Flory's been playing basketball about 4 years and how much better he's going to get.
Coit gets it to Adams. Adams inside, had it knocked away. Jones will track it down. Cyclones the other way. Jefferson. Oh! I mean, just bullied his way to the basket.
He went right through him. It should have been a foul, to be honest with you. But still, we talked about Iowa State, that if they can get back in this game with some stops, they've got to be that aggressive. They haven't been all night.
Harris lost the handle, out of bounds, 7 on the shot clock, and it's Kansas basketball.
Watch how quick the Dunga gets up. Ball still on the way up. It's a young man that when he arrived at Kokomo High School, it was as a foreign exchange student, and they had no idea that he could play basketball. He was just a regular old foreign exchange student. Happened to be 6'8", 6'9".
Mayo couldn't hit. By the way, after that block by Bidunga, Lipsy's offensive rebound and one motion putback was pretty impressive. One of those Taman plays. Inside, and there is 2 more for Jefferson. He has 9. Joshua Jefferson in the crowd coming to life. It's a 6-0 Iowa State run. Storr will try. Dickinson, offensive rebound and the putback.
Good looking shot by AJ. That was right on the money. Dickinson's pass, and then Dickinson basically gets his own assist on the basket.
15,300 here at Allen Fieldhouse, a packed house. And on Big Monday, it's been all Jayhawks. Bidunga, his 3rd block of the game. And we mentioned at the outset for Bill.
This game experience, he's going to be a handful, I believe, next year. One of the best players in the Big 12. Timeout. He called timeout.
He did call timeout.
The referee didn't see it.
Gaffney didn't see it. John Gaffney was looking away, and Harris asked for it.
Yeah. You know, come on now. Got to keep your eye on the basketball. Nice back cut.
Dickinson bumped off. Gilbert up ahead. Dickinson rebounds the miss. Back and forth we go. Harris, ball fake, left hand, it's good. Got a little sloppy there.
Yeah, 4-point play really, because it looked like Cyclones were going to score.
Jefferson a 3. One for 17 from the 3-point line for Iowa State. We talk about baseball a lot of times. You like to give me a hard time, but you look at 3-point shooting, and to some extent it's like power in baseball. Your ability to come back is usually impacted by, can you make some threes? Can you hit some home runs?
Yep, and some nights you see it well, you see it a lot with the Cubs, but sometimes you're a home run hitter, you strike out a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Harris rattles that one home.
I probably shouldn't make any bad Cub references, since your buddy and the father of a Jayhawk baseball player is here tonight in the stands.
Expert counsel here tonight.
Right now, if you're Iowa State, you just want to play well for 8 minutes and then get back on that charter, get home, and get ready.
Lipsy tries and hits. Taman Lipsy. He's been bothered by that fractured right thumb that he suffered in the West Virginia game.
These 2 point guards, you know, you don't worry about the stats. They're great floor leaders.
Dickinson kicks to the corner. Ryland Griffin. Jones tries to answer and does.
It's about the cleanest look Curtis Jones has got tonight.
Mayo not able to hit. And Watson the rebound. This one has been all Kansas most of the way. Jackson up and under and puts it home.
Deshaun had to earn that one. That was two mastodons battling in there.
Griffin being harassed. Adams collects it. Mayo into the paint. Flips it up, and that one will fall. Mayo with 11.
We saw Curtis Jones with the acrobatics and Ames on those little floaters. That time Mayo giving Cyclones a taste of their own medicine.
Lipsy unimpeded to the basket. And a break in the action. Lipsy with 11, 5:54 to go.
See here of Harris. Freeze it, guys. Look where he throws the ball to a 7-footer over his head. There's no way the defender can get it. And then what does Dickinson do? Do what he's done all night and all season, is find his open teammate. Look how high that pass is thrown by design. Now, he'll get an assist, Harris, but the IQ of this kid over 6 years now, wins 81% of his games. And when he's put around great players like he did when he was a sophomore, he helped Kansas win a national championship.
Jack Moore telling John Gaffney that it was deflected. John Gaffney said, nope.
I thought it was deflected, but what do I know? Take a look right here. No, good call. Good call. It was Moore all the way. He hit it. Good call by John Gaffney, one of the best in the business. It's a good crew. They've let him play. They've missed a couple. I pointed that out.
Iowa State trying to get back in it, down by 16.
Great defense by Adams, guarding a guard.
Jones.
Yep. Adams, Harris. Been a tough week for them. Been a tough week. They've heard it. They've played well tonight. They're both getting healthy.
You go the last 3 games, Curtis Jones 8 for his last 36.
You know, what's happened, John, is that he's become the focal point of defenses around the league. And of course, they're still without Momcilovic, who's going to make a difference.
Yep. Yeah, floor spacing, got to honor the perimeter shot. Mayo jumper. Zeke can't hit. Adams a rebound. Mayo wide open.
Yes. Yep.
Zeke with 14. And the lead balloons back to 19. And the crowd on its feet.
Well,
Gilbert with 2. He's got 11.
I mentioned the word cathartic earlier, right? I think this crowd is feeling a little, how do you say, catharticism?
Oh, boy.
It's cathartic for the crowd.
We'll talk during the commercial break.
We both went to BC, but you went to Boston College. I went to Brooklyn College. Well, did you feel the crowd? It's almost like a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Like we're back.
Yeah. Shulman wanted me to say formaldehyde. You wanted me to say cathartic. Yeah. Gilbert rejected by Dickinson. Out of bounds. Bill Self a little frustrated right now. 13th turnover on the Jayhawks. 4 to go. And it's 64-47. And make no mistake, this is a really good Iowa State team. They got thumped at home against Kansas State. That, by the way, is the next stop for the Jayhawks. A date with Kansas State in Manhattan this coming Saturday.
Oh, they sure have. They were locked in, SVP, no question about it. And no place better in America when this place is rocking.
It has been a great atmosphere all night long. Sports Center with SVP coming up at the conclusion of our game. And, of course, the last 2 games for Bill Self, they blew a 21-point lead, 19 at the half against Baylor. And this game here tonight, they've been able to maintain that halftime lead.
Did you notice Scott Van Pelt with the interesting observation? They gave up 60 in the second half at Baylor, and right now they've only given up 49 with 3 to go.
Yeah, 60 and a half.
By the way, we hope PJ Edgecombe, the Baylor freshman, is okay. I think it's a minor sprain. That young man is a great NBA prospect.
Yeah, he is a stud. Mayo looking for space. Step back. Woo! 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 He's got 17. Jefferson almost walked. Dickinson pulls down the rebound. He's got 8 of them.
You see what Adams did? He gave the walk sign. See, Mayo is a reasonable facsimile tonight of the guys we talked about, Brown, Obaji. And when he's that way, maybe a little scoring from the other transfers, the big 3 can be who they are. Watch, this is great. Gets into the lane, realizes he can get a 3 off. And big time. He's been really good in Big 12 play. I don't think there's anybody in the country coaching that's better at giving a guy confidence than Bill Self. We've seen it time and time again. Each year he picks a guy out. Obaji, Wilson, Devontae Graham, and hey, you're our guy. We need you to be great. And Mayo's getting better and better.
Closing it on 2 to go here from Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas with the lead of 18. Harris had it blocked. And then they get Harris with the foul. A reminder, more college basketball coming your way tomorrow night. Super Tuesday, 14th ranked Kentucky, 25th ranked Ole Miss. That's 7 Eastern on ESPN. Over on ESPN2, Texas Tech and Baylor. And then back on ESPN, it'll be Arizona. Tommy Lloyd's got his team playing well. They will take on BYU.
Yeah, BYU, I believe, will be a tournament team. Kevin Young's done a good job in that first year. I don't think we're going to make a trip to Provo this year, John, but the Marriott Center is an awesome, awesome environment.
I'm looking forward to getting to Hilton Coliseum.
Yes.
That is, along with this place, one of the best atmospheres in college basketball.
Yep. I'm looking forward to our trip early March.
Dickinson flips it up. A little bit strong. Heisey to rebound. You know, one of the stories here tonight, Zeke Mayo 5 of 6 from 3 in Iowa State. Oh, look at that rejection. But a foul called, and down is Watson grabbing his lower back.
You know, the momentum of the ball on the block shot might have been the reason he fell. Take a look.
They actually got the foul on KJ Adams.
Okay. Yeah, KJ got him for sure, no doubt.
Yep.
Hard foul. Watson's been a really good teammate, good role player in the absence of Momcilovic. I said it earlier, John, when you play in a league like the SEC, the Big 12, Big 10, there are going to be 2 or 3 games like this everybody goes through. And you got to put it away and move on. You got to have amnesia, because this league is going to be 20 games regular season, and there's no week off for anybody. It's every 3 or 4 nights.
Momcilovic has now missed 7 straight games with that injury to his non-shooting hand. They're hoping to have him back, and he stretches the defense. The ability to knock down the three-pointer. Mayo with Jones, Dickinson. 2 more for Hunter, and he's got 14.
They've spread the wealth tonight. Ball has moved well.
(69-51).
You see the freshman Nojas Andriusaitis, the Lithuanian Chicago kid.
Andriusaitis not able to make the free throw. Time down for our player of the game, and it's brought to you by Phillips 66. Zeke Mayo, good choice. 5 of 6 from beyond the arc.
You know, you mentioned, John, that his numbers in here are much better than on the road. And on Saturday, they're going to take on a very, very hot Kansas State team. And that rivalry is heated. And for Zeke to really impact this team going forward, it's got to be on the road as well.
A reminder coming up at the conclusion of our game. Sports Center with SVP, and he'll be joined by Kansas head coach Bill Self. Dickinson can't hit. Well, for Bill Self's group, halftime lead, no problem this time. As Jones able to hit, they got the good oranges here in Lawrence.
Oranges were good, yep. No problem with oranges.
Kansas wins it at home over number 8 Iowa State, and the two share a laugh.